Ladies and Germans, how are you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm RangRoo. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we were going to give you some League play, but that'll be later this week. For right now, we are going to give you a special interlude game on Carpiquet. Now, Rang, tell us about the game, tell us about the players, what do we have going on?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Corbeau and the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division. And on the right-hand side, we have Gal O'Neill as the 9th Panzer Division. So this is just a short one-day tournament. Yeah, Protozoka pretty much threw together. You know, just something short, fun, single elimination. There's like a dozen players who participated. And there's quite a few matches, of course, have been played. But this is one of the matches that we decided to cast and kind of been requested to cast. And hence, here we are. So it's, you know, pretty nice matchup. It's a rather interesting map. And we got two pretty different divisions. I like seeing 9th, I like seeing 3rd Canadian, and it seems like we're going to see a lot of bit of flamethrower play down south with the two ROSPs.
Well, we're actually going to see some up to the northeast as well. We do see a 9th Panzer sitting up there. But I can't help but think that his life would be cut short by that Ram 2.
Yeah, that Ram 2 is definitely going to be a good choice, because that's a tough nut to crack, especially in an open field. Early game. That Mortar is his best bet, and good thing he has Mortar up here, but even then, 13 AP versus Trove Armor, I mean, he can get a bit closer. I see the Ram 2 going to be deploying into middle, but still roughly same area. But it's still going to be a little bit tough to deal with that Ram 2, and off we go.
Indeed we do. So the Canadians, as perhaps might be their way, are being very aggressive, trying to push to take both the town as well as the aircraft hangars. And to the north, thing a very modest setup, and
yeah.
Germans, for their own part, doesn't seem particularly aggressive.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy. I mean, it's a little bit tougher in this map to be aggressive with 9th Panzer, because it's all about, yeah, you know, Panzer 2 play, and it's a bit risky doing a Panzer 2 play in the middle of an open field. But he's got the Mortar 3, which is good, and the Panzer 2 going up north. Maybe he can make a breakthrough up here just because of how light Corbeau's defenses are, but it's really going to be the town that's going to be Corbeau's, like, you know, big boon. I mean, he's got all those Canadian infantry guys being brought in, and Gal O'Neill, he has his Panzer Grenadiers, it seems. So I believe he can get Sturmgrens or Sturm Pioneers in A phase for 9th, but just a Panzer Grens and a Panzer 2 or Panzer 1.
Well, that is true, but actually, I'm a little bit concerned to see what the Stormtroopers might be doing with that satchel charge. That might even be enough to take out that P1. Does not, but it freaks him out something fierce.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Coming in, they're gonna burn it.
This is a madhouse already.
And I'm gonna guess the flamethrower killed the Panzer on, and geez. And up north you got the flamethrower here from the Flam Panzer, just going completely ham. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
That's perfect. That's how you Flam Panzer, I can't.
That is true.
Grade A Flam Panzer play. Holy crap.
So the Germans completely evaporate in the south. That's due to the Canadians in the middle. But I think that Ram 2 is going to be like, oh, you were picking on my little brother, and they're going to come and start, you know, kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to chase down that Flam Panzer because he is, you know, in the buildings, and he's gonna pop down south. And this is one of the problems that Canadian has. Is not much in terms of infantry anti-tank weaponry, and even then it's peanuts. So got that one rifle leader, and that's really it. And up north, that's a complete collapse.
That is true. Okay, so make a mental note, Rang. When we get to the aftermath of this game, we want to see in the first 2 minutes how many guys die, because the list of the dead is just huge.
Yeah, that's quite engaging. Like, yeah, first 2-3 minutes. Jeez, it's only been that long. That's pretty impressive, I have to say. Both sides being very aggressive, and I think we both like that, don't we?
That is true. That is true. I mean, but the bloodlust is strong with these guys. And we got some very, very measly rifles being brought on in. And like you said, down to the south, that Flam Panzer is just having too much fun. This might be the first time I've ever seen a Flam Panzer go to 1/3 of its ammunition. I've never seen a Flam Panzer run out of ammunition.
Crap. Yeah, they usually get killed, but this guy is he's running around town. He's a one-man army down south. He
is certainly painting the town red.
Yeah, and burning it too. Up north, I'm a little bit concerned about its Mortar 3 and Ram 2. I mean, is the Ram 2 in range? No, he's not. Oh, no. They're doing a lot of dance around a hangar, essentially. So if that Ram 2 pops out, he's gonna get shot by the Mortar. But this is a really good play up north. You never really see like such a big breakthrough on like its northern hangar section on this map.
Well, for good reason. Usually the people up north do what either the second Ram 2 is doing. You come in, you stick an AT gun, you stick a tank up there, a legitimate tank, and it's not pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, but we got that Ram 2 being brought in, so 2 Ram 2s, and if he can kill out Mortar 3, he can he can pretty much retake that northern side essentially, but our Mortar 3 is the pain in the butt. But it shouldn't be too hard with 2 Ram 2s, as you do outgun it. And he has it on a flanking position too, which is perfect.
That is true. So after the madhouse, it looks like the German lines are more or less stabilizing?
Yeah, I mean, he's sending some guys into the town, but they're a little bit far off. And we got like 2 Panzer 2s being brought in.
That is true.
Essentially, but he needs to throw in some Panzer Grandeur, but they're a little bit far off. And I'm pretty surprised the Flam Panzer managed to make it back to friendly lines, which never happens.
That's true, but I think Gal O'Neill is beginning to fall in love with his own legend here. He's bringing on in another Flampanzer, which I don't think is the right call for the north here, especially not for the north.
Yeah, he just needs to get some infantry in here, just try and control that town, because there's nothing there to stop him. We've got some stormtroopers, which oh, the Flampanzer does die.
Oh, I missed. I was looking at the Ram 2 to the north. What killed it? It was just the
I think it's the
close range.
Yeah, the close range grenades, which it makes sense. It's an open top vehicle after all. But yeah, that's MVP of the match so far. I don't care if like there's a Spitfire that manages to blow up a Tiger tank. Yeah, Flampanzer MVP.
This seems fair. Now, this Martyr 2 is not going to be, excuse me, Martyr 3 is not going to be engaged in the North Ram. And he's kind of stuck here because both the Lukes are like, okay, hey, we want to go and you know, peek out that Ram 2. Not a good idea. One of them's already dead. Second one's still up? No, I think the second one's dead too. No, never mind.
No,
there he is.
It's just in the town. But its Ram 2 positioning is rather interesting because it's Mortar 3's in between a rock and a hard place, but Corbeau doesn't want to engage a Mortar 3 because he'll put himself out in the open too. Maybe his Panzer Grenadier is going to pick up a Panzerfaust.
That's what I was actually going to say. I'm actually, this could be amazing.
No, get into the hangar. Oh, he can't.
He can't see him.
Ah.
And now he's going to get back to the hangar now, but he's not going to be in range to do what he needs to do.
If he just left in the hangar, turned off all the guns apart from the Panzerfaust and just, you know, waited for the Ram 2 to maybe get closer, yeah, probably would have been the better play. But this map's kind of been all over so far, and we're not even in Phase B.
Oh, honey, we were just barely passing halfway to Phase B. I mean, good lord, it's 52-48. But you could not be able to tell that just by the viciousness of the fighting. Luke's down to the south is able to take out some of the, you know, of the just universal carriers, and it's really doing what he needs to do there. Yeah. But light vehicles aside, who has the advantage here? I don't even know how to call this.
I don't know. Both. It's kind of just anyone's game still at this point. We got Mortar 3 being bombed by a Spitfire, but Focke-Wulf's going to chase the Spitfire, and the Spitfire should have got out of there. He should not have tried to engage.
Oh, and Faust comes in.
Oh.
Ram 2 is damaged. He's stuck. He's not getting out of this, folks.
Oh, but the Mortar 3, right? He's fallen back. If he can, once he gets his morale back, he can pick off that Ram 2 at max range, and nothing it can do. So, yeah, that's a good kill if he can get it.
Well, he doesn't need to do it at the moment. It is falling back. I think he'd be more concerned about this second Ram 2 making a dive.
Dude, he could, if he can kill his rifles. Oh, there we go. That's a good kill. Good kill.
So it's starting to come up Millhouse over here, I would say, for Gal O'Neill. And Martyr 3 is coming back in, and a very, very, let's say, optimistic Ram 2.
Yeah, it's still a little bit even, but if that Ram 2 gets within range, it pretty much has the advantage just due to the significant armor differences.
That's true, but I mean, I think I read a study at one point that whoever fires first in a tank engagement usually is the one to win. Usually. Oof, and we have a bounce already, so he's got him locked in, I would like to think. Yeah. And he's gonna get the second shot off just barely ahead. Oh wow.
Yeah, the Ram 2 also does have a faster rate of fire.
True.
So that's definitely gonna actually, yeah, I believe so.
And that's gonna be a kill.
Yeah. And knocking out Mortar 3 is gonna be a huge boon and allow Corbeau to retake his northern side. So
that's true, but here's the question. Well, ooh, ME-109's coming on in.
The rocket plane. Oh, he's trying to get in close to kill the Mortar 3, get the kill shot. Rocket plane comes in, saves the day.
Oh my god. But the tracks and wheels are destroyed, which basically means that now we just have basically a gun emplacement just kind of hanging on out.
Yeah, and considering it's, you know, not even turret, I believe it can turn around.
I mean, it rotates. It rotates a little bit, but it's not a lot to actually.
Yeah.
And there's the, okay, hey, the shots are coming on in, aligning. The stars might be aligning, folks. I think this might be a kill. Engine destroyed.
What's going on? What's going on? This is like top 10 anime betrayals right here.
Oh my god. Alright, but it is 59. By the way, 59-41 while we were not paying attention. Ooh, Ram 2 goes down, and that's a big, big, hefty hit. Like you said, we're still not in Phase B, and the Germans have now completely dominated this map.
This is fantastic. This is... wow. And yeah, Gal O'Neill now has his 7 sides. Mortar 3 is a good gun emplacement, and both Ram 2s are dead. And those are rather big, you know, big investments for Corbeau.
That is true, but at the same time, we are going to find a couple of half-tracks and light vehicles are going down. Consequence of that 6-pounder, as well as close-in rifle grenades.
Mm-hmm. And it's still using those flam panzers to absolute great effect, and it's too bad it doesn't seem Corbeau has any Piat Scrotch in his deck in the anti-tank tab, because they definitely could have helped out in this town fight, because these flam panzers have just been making an absolute mockery of the Canadian lines.
Actually, go to the southern side of the map. You see that 6-pounder and that pack moving closer and closer towards each other. You know, they might want to shoot at each other, but they couldn't even do it if they wanted to. The only way they kill each other is they do close combat, and I think I would pay money to watch that happen.
Yeah, they're just gonna show each other really angry glares. There's just gonna be a staring contest.
Either that, or it's like gentlemen. They're like, oh, we only shoot tanks. We don't shoot our brother anti-tank gunners.
Exactly.
Oh, cheerio.
Exactly.
I just make
that's how the Germans sounded.
Quick comment in the meantime. I was corrected that I made that Scots are not Brits comment last video. I do want to apologize for that for all of those out there who are Scottish and want to be called British. But I haven't met a Scotsman yet who said he was a Brit, so there is that. Neither here nor there. Rang, what do we have in Phase B here?
Well, Phase B, 9th Panzer, you know, got some more Panzers of the Panzer IV variety, some more infantry, hopefully some Pioneers or Stern Pioneers to help in this town. It doesn't seem like he really needs that because the Panzergren's holding the outskirts. It's gonna be a real uphill battle for Corbeau now, as he has to try and get into the town, which is gonna be a bit of a pain in the ass, considering just the lovely defense that Gal O'Neill has, and Panzer Grenadiers at long range are great. And yeah, it's also not till C phase where Corbeau can actually get like some 1.2 kilometer, like 17-pounders. You can get some Wolverines, which is nice, which is definitely going to be useful. But it's going to be tough for Corbeau here on out. It's just that town fight will be a pain in the ass, to put it lightly.
You know, it's one thing we never really talk about, but you kind of have to realize though that Corbeau, while he has a negative map position now, really does have a great way to get back into this. His lines of reinforcement are much slimmer.
Mm-hmm.
And we never really talk about that idea that his troops are going to get to the front that much quicker.
Yeah, it's just a straight road, yeah, right? If we look at, like, for the southern side, the German units have to come all the way down in and kind of get through the town to get to the front. So just, you know, like an extra 20 seconds or so, but it does make quite a big difference. But it's just Corbeau trying to get his foot in the door, and as you can see, his rifles are just getting pinned down. There may be 2-star veterancy, but they only have one Bren gun.
If that.
Yeah, exactly. And Gal O'Neill just has fire support. It's got the 2 flam panzers here, and yeah.
There are 4 wasps coming in.
Oh wow, that's
confusing.
That's, I mean, you got to fight fire with fire car.
That is true, but that Humber Mark III, that's what you're using here. You don't use 4 different. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here.
It's a bit. I want to see how he deploys it, because it's going to be tough dealing with the half-tracks, as half-tracks have machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can get to the half-tracks, I mean, it's a bit excessive for Wasps, but it's enough to just burn everything alive.
That is very, very true.
Well, I think a 6-pounder in the mid might kill this flam panzer. There we go. And that's going to be an important kill. The second flam panzer is pretty much stunned up. Well, the AT gun's going to be a pain here.
The Humber has been taken out rather, and yep, like you said, that Pack 38, oh man, oh no, he's moving at just the wrong time.
Yeah, oh no, just...
Or it could be the absolute right time, I don't know, we'll see.
It probably would have been. I'm thinking a better investment. Maybe just get like a Sherman or another light vehicle, some other variety.
I would agree.
One Rosp goes. Yeah,
I would agree.
Spitfires, yo. That's going to stun up the Pack 38, which is going to help out quite a bit. And the Rosps are going to be getting in.
As that 258 comes the other direction, though, so.
Yeah, and those Rosps, I mean, one armor. One armor is usually not enough, but I know closer range flamethrowers, the 250, yo, he's coming in.
And here comes a furball in the sky, too. Okay, so ground fire and 2 Focke-Wulfs facing off against 2 Spitfires.
Yeah, and there's a flak Verklin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He took him out, too. Wow, that's a kill to the ground.
And, yeah, those Spitfires are definitely going to go down. That's not good.
Second Wasp is dead, and...
Yeah.
Third Wasp is dead, and...
And there's one Wasp left.
That's true. We're having a +3 right now. As the first Panzer IV finally hits the map, we have a +3.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty good positioning.
I'm just completely surprised by that one.
Yeah.
Now, 2 Staghound AAs coming in. Too late, you think?
Good fire support, but he needs infantry too, and a little bit of anti-tank because of the half tracks and whatnot. I mean, okay, I guess he's using it also for AA. I forgot the Staghound AA is an AA unit, but yeah, a little bit late. He does kill one of the Focke-Wulfs here, which is nice. So they definitely paid himself off here, like quite literally. Only like 50-point sheets, and they killed 150-point Focke-Wulf. So there we go.
True, which means we do have one final Wasp still on the field, and then 2 more Staghounds coming on in. I get the feeling that Corbeau has been to like a value market or something like that, and was like, hey, I'm gonna go and pick up a Staghound. Hey, 2 for 1 price. That sounds great. Let's do it.
Wait, I get 4 Rosps and the third one's free, or the fourth one's free. Whoa!
Half the price, half the armor. Let's do it.
Well.
But those Staghounds will carve a bloody mess to the current German position here.
I mean, you don't mess with 50 counts. And unfortunately, there's no real actual armor here. He's going to start 2-fit runs. He's bringing up more stack Gs. That's a bit overkill. I think Corbeau, now's the time to start pumping in the infantry into his town, get that Canadian rifle spam going. But no, he's just going to punch through it, mechanized style.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Rosp,
but kind of...
the Rosp.
Oh my god. No. No.
You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. You can't.
Alright, it's official. This battle is now the battle to light the fire in your heart.
Oh god, this has just been an absolute flame war.
Yeah, the internet will be proud of this one, I think.
Exactly, and then we got Staghound being rusting, and look, the town is now blue. That's impressive. That's very impressive, and now it's a +1 for Corbeau. And that was a +3, like, what, a few minutes ago?
That is true. At the same time, I do have to say, remember, they might be blue right now, but there are pills for that. Depression can be fought these days with medication and therapy. And I don't think that Wasp... Oh my god, don't tell me this Wasp is going to get... You gotta be freaking kidding me.
Staghound savior.
Oh my god.
The Rosp has his Staghound's bodyguard nearby. They are definitely good dogs.
And the 263 is going to get forced out here too. So shockingly enough, we haven't seen actually a lot of infantry coming out of Gal O'Neill either.
No, it's quite surprising. And I'm guessing my theory, trees in C phase, where he's just waiting to get the 2-star veterancy Panzer Grenadiers, which you get in C phase compared to the 1-star veterancy that you have in B phase. And also Corbeau's Rosp, it's almost used up all its ammunition. Like I've never seen it happen on a Rosp. Like 27 out of 80, that's a lot of shooting it's done.
Well, that's the thing, is that this game's been a lot of firsts for me. We're seeing, again, a first beginning with a Flampanzer to the north. Not sure why that happened, but at the same time he came in. He was a one-man wrecking crew.
Oh, what's this Rosp doing? You can't just charge a half-track like that. And that, okay, that's what you get, but...
Well, and we have the 2 P1s over here too. Amusingly enough, this is finally the guy that doesn't have just a machine gun. So I think the Staghound might find himself, let's say, underemployed pretty quickly.
Yeah, at the same time the Panzer one's gonna have a little bit of difficulty actually penetrating the thing. But,
Engine stall will do it though.
Yeah, that's a side shot for you. and it should kill it eventually. I mean, our Panzer runs out of joy. You got to give him a little bit of time.
As they waste half of their,
Yeah.
ammunition load, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, they're not fighters. They're recon units. They're just meant to, spot stuff and run away.
Like lovers, not fighters. Got it.
Running away right now. Is he even gonna chase? No, he's just gonna ignore the stag hound. He's just gonna leave it be.
That's kind of a mistake,
he's
though.
Run now.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a mistake. I feel like that's a huge mistake.
Yeah, that would be a very, very big mistake. But
now, worth noting, we have a Wolverine to the north.
Oh, finally.
But we also have a Martyr 3 that's going to come back up and running as we finally see an Opel Bliss munition truck coming in Phase B.
I'm quite surprised that thing is still alive. Like, it's a complete sit and duck out in the open, and nothing has really popped it off.
That is true. One thing that's been kind of nice about these guys, they have been just so generous to each other. They just donate units back and forth. It's not the Christmas season, but it does feel like it's still a season of giving for these two players.
Yeah, I mean, both sides are gonna want to make sure their opponent has a nice kill board as well. So, Gallinil giving away some mortar half tracks, and Panzer Grenadiers to the Rosp, and Corbeau giving away his entire Canadian infantry line, so Gallinil can get those plus 15 points on his kill board after the match. That
is certainly so. And we're seeing huge amounts of anti-air being brought in by Gallinil now.
Yeah, those are the ones with the those are just the 20 mil.
The 20 mils.
So they're really cheap actually.
We have a flak veerling up to the north as well though too. So yeah.
Firefly now, so some heavy armor. And, yeah, it's going to be pretty good for Corbeau up north now, because, well, the only 1.2 kilometer weaponry Gallinil can get, anti-tank-wise, Mortar 3 goes down to the Staghound. So
that's embarrassing.
That's definitely embarrassing. Staghound goes down to the Panzerfaust, so from the Panzer Grenadier, so...
Slightly less embarrassing.
But, a little bit, considering how it's an open field. But, But, what was I going on about? Essentially, it's going to be a little bit tough later on for Gallinil because, Panzer IVs work better in closer range, and his only 1.2 kilometer weaponry. It's like 2 Tigers and maybe some extra Mortar 3s. Oh, Panzer IV gets knocked out by the Wolverine, and...
P-Grens, get in there! Save him! P-Grens from the south! Go!
Oh god, yeah, I see what you
You
mean.
have no LMG ammo, but you do have Panzerfaust. That's what you're there for.
Last ditch effort, but yeah, Panzer IV still clinging to life like a champ.
Is it really clinging to life if the Wolverine's just playing with his food?
I'm guessing he's like, praying to God inside that the next one misses, but it hit.
It's one of those casting curse things. Like, oh, he's gonna make it out alive. Oh, never mind.
Nope,
there he goes.
Nope. But this is both. I'm really surprised seeing both sides using such a tremendous amount of AA. It's kind of been a back and forth for Gallinil got the flamethrower units at the start. So Corbeau saw, okay, I should use flamethrower units too. And Corbeau started using stand counter AA. And Gallinil's going, maybe I should use, anti-air, cheap anti-air units as fire support. It's working for my enemy, why don't I give it a shot?
That does seem fairly accurate, and we're getting these close-range firefights too. The light vehicles, I'm not going to say this really plays to one side or the other, because the vehicles are so light, it really is. Whoever gets stressed up first is the one who dies.
This is like some, tech-run company of heroes firefights going on here.
That's
just like the half-tracks and then 3 scout cars.
I would say this is tanks at 20 paces, but none of these really warrant being called tanks. Even that P1 who just went down.
Yeah. It's so odd. Like, it's just one, even like a Renault 35, if you have a neat neighbour so I can get you out in their decks, would be an absolute killer unit down south, because it's just like fire support. There's no actual real armor.
And also, I don't want to be too irreverent with this, but it's kind of funny that guys are dying so fast that the front line doesn't know which way to go.
I know, it's been back and forth, like, now Gallinil is starting to take some ground into the town, and he's trying to get up north a little bit, but he's, flag vehicle in half-track thing is going to go down, and he's going to Panzer IV up north. It's kind of time raid want to save and get that 2-star Tiger, because open ground engagement is what the Tiger is made for.
That is true, but there is a Martyr 3 who's going to start exchanging shots with Wolverine.
But still, it's that he is outgunned because the Firefly is, yeah, too.
That is true. Now, is the Firefly... Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. And you've got this other Wolverine coming in through the middle. And yeah, I don't know what that Panther 4 is going to be able to do. I mean, he's going to get a little bit close. Enough to actually shoot the Wolverine, but he's not stopping anytime soon.
He's trying to stress it out with a Focke Wolf. Alright, guys, if that had bombs on it, by the way, that's when you stress out armored vehicles. You're not going to do it with a couple of cannons and MGs.
I mean, you usually... Yeah, exactly. You want to be using, you know, strafing runs of stress out light vehicles, not something with 11 armor.
And we have 3 more Wasps coming on in, as well as another command carrier.
How many Wasps does he have? I usually only take, like, 1 card of 8, which is, like, what, 4, 5 Wasps?
Yeah, but I'm not even sure I take that many.
I know. It's like, that's such a huge amount of Wasp. I mean, I kind of get it for this map because of the town fighting, but, I mean, it's worked for him before, so, yeah.
Well, Taiga coming on in, Tiga E coming on into the north, but a 3-to-1 disparity, I don't think he's making it out too quickly here.
Yeah, and also +3 pointers advantage for Gal O'Neill. It does have the veterancy, which is going to make a rather big difference, but yeah, it's outgunned 3-to-1, and he doesn't have much recon either. So,
well, this may be what we were talking about before, so I just took a quick look again to kind of always remind myself that those Wolverines are 7 rounds a minute. He barely fires 5, and we still have the Firefly there with 6. So just in one, just to say, minute of rounds back and forth, it's almost a 3-to-1. It's insane.
Yeah, and they all have like the same accuracy too, so it's not even that much big of an advantage for Mr. Tiger.
And there's a +3 now, and I believe Corbeau has kind of locked this one up. Which seems to see that Gal O'Neill might be a little bit dishonored if we go further and further.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see Gal O'Neill bringing much more infantry. I mean, he pretty much spent all his money on a Tiger, and now he's kind of broke after losing the town. But, yeah, it's just really going to come down to his Tiger play, I guess.
I don't think it's going to go very well.
Yeah. Even if he does manage to knock out the tanks up north, he still has to get another foothold in the town, and there's 3 Wasps in it. So, yeah, okay, here we go.
Death by 1,000 stings.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of, I'm guessing, pioneers being brought in, but,
that's not going to be enough. You kidding? Because look at that. There's vehicles stacked on vehicles. There's more infantry coming on in. Oh, no, more Wasps coming in. Dear God. Corbeau, if you watch this video, please tell me, how many do you bring?
Yeah, that must be, like, 2 to 3 cards, at least. Jeez. I mean, he must have, like, a Wasp nest in his deck. That's how many Wasps he's bringing out.
Oh, weapons jammed on one Wolverine, and it gets a little bit lighter for that Tiger.
Oh no, Mosquito, yo. Yeah, that's gonna scare off the Tiger, yo.
Christ.
That's Tiger repellent, right, yeah. And the Firefly is gonna go in after stunning up the Tiger.
Hobbs, no!
Okay, the Wolverine does go down, which is pretty good, so that's 1 out of 3. And the second run is pretty much out of commission, so it's really just down to a run-on-run with the Tiger. We've got a Panzer 4 being brought up north, and it's probably just going to get picked off by the Firefly. But, yeah, we've got strafing runs from the Mozzie, because when you got 4 20mm cannons and 4 machine guns, why not?
It's kind of amusing to me. If you go to Corbeau, he doesn't even see the fact that he still has 2 P-Gren squads hanging out behind his line. Oh no, just 1 really, and 1 half-track who just is chilling.
Yeah, chilling like a villain.
Oh yes.
That's a sneaky spot, right? Yeah, I like it.
But I dare say, Gal has just kind of...
Yeah, and...
Yeah.
They've got another bomb and run on the Tiger, or probably the Panzer 4.
Yep, P4.
P4, yeah. And, yeah, it's gonna force him to fall back. And there we go, Firefly gonna be chasing down the P4. He's buggered.
Alright, I think it's fair to say let's go to ×2 at 3055.
Yeah.
And ×2.
Yeah.
Alrighty, +4 coming on in, so yes, this will be a victory for Corbeau.
And there's nothing on the map from Gal O'Neill anymore. And, yeah, Corbeau's gonna get King Me, essentially, with the Wasps and Stag Counter. It's really been his bread and butter this entire match. I've never seen such good use of Wasps and Stag Counter in a match. Like, that's really quite impressive, I have to say. And same with Gal O'Neill with the Flampanzers. That was perfection with the Flampanzer play.
Yeah, I'm completely blown away that he was able to get as much as he was.
He's
Oh, Firefly's dead.
He was flanking the Tiger with a Ross Brenner Staghound. Oh, that's his quality. That's top bench, right? Yeah, but didn't work out. But he still wins the match.
Indeed. Now I do have to see. Oh wow.
Oh,
okay.
that's 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
That's true. And KD, wow, 1,000 up by the end of it. So 2 minutes from 130 to we can just say for 4 minutes. Wow, everything's Canadian.
Yeah, it's just the Flampanzer just completely wrecked face. Don't look at the
Fastbender. Look at Fastbender.
Yeah, Fastbender was MVP, right? Yeah, I don't care. He burnt everything to a crisp. Herzog, the second Flampanzer, did pretty good as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, you know, the Tiger got a few kills, but it's really...
But the Tiger got all of them in the last 10 seconds too. So
yeah, really, it's Flampanzers that were doing the heavy lifting there for Gal O'Neill. And looking at Corbeau, yeah, the Ross doing the heavy lifting for him too. We got Stewart, knocking out like a bunch of vehicles and an infantry unit, and the Staghound CA and Wolverines in pretty decent. But that was a really bloody cool match.
Bizarre, I think, is how the kids call it, but that's fair. I completely agree with you.
Yeah, that was an absolute flame roar, and I love it.
Sounds good. Well, in any case, congratulations, I would say, to Corbeau, and bad luck over there to Gal O'Neill. Definitely some interesting play. It was very illuminating, if you know what I mean.
Very true. Very true.
But what you say, we call this one quits and see everybody all next time, Rang, right?
All right.
Sounds good, folks. There'll be more League play coming your way later this week, but for right now, I am Con Ulrich.
I'm RangRoo. Take it easy.